I want you to imagine a 14-year-old who already has an understanding about the stock market and has started investing in the stock market and accumulating and growing wealth, so much such that about 8 years later, this person has a net worth. Remember, net worth is assets less liabilities. Has a net worth, not an asset value, but a net worth of $140,000, not Kenya shillings. And this is not in the year 2024 when I'm doing this video. This net worth is back in the 1950s. Of course, there's been inflation over time. Can you picture what kind of a future that person will be having if at age 26, or if back in the 1950s, you had a net worth, assets minus liabilities, of 140,000 shillings. That's the story of Warren Buffett, one of the richest people in the world. How did he manage to get this status? Or what lessons can we learn from him? I'll share with you. First and foremost, press the subscribe button. To those who have already subscribed, thank you so much. Now, Warren Buffett started investing at the age of 14 years. So we are going to discuss the investment strategies that we can employ to grow our wealth and to move towards financial independence level or financial freedom, which is the ultimate goal. Warren Buffett started investing at the age of 14. When you start investing early, you have a longer duration of time to enjoy and realize the power of compounding. The compounding effect is when money you have earned earns you more money. Warren Buffett at the age of 14 started investing in stocks. And as he earned dividends, he will reinvest in these stocks. Okay? So over time, his wealth grew and ballooned to whatever it is right now. Start investing early. If you are a Gen Z, you can take coup from Warren Buffett. Start investing early. Now, another investment strategy that we can employ is to choose a comfortable approach towards investment. Investment should not, it's not something that should be strangling your neck. It should not suck out breath from you. It's something that you need to be able to find a balance. You don't want to be living in a shanty because you're investing all your money or you're saving all your money. No, you still need to be able to live your life comfortably within your living standards, but at the same time, investing, accumulating wealth, and growing wealth for the future. You also need to strike a balance or find a balance between active investments and passive income. What's active investment? Active investment is, these are the things that you need to be actively involved in. If it's shares you're trading in, you are constantly monitoring the stock's direction and you're selling and buying every so often for the capital gains. Or you're actively involved in forex trading. Or you have your kabiashara, you're an Uber driver, you've invested in Uber, you've invested in, you're running a business, yeah? That is active investment. The one that your active participation is required in to generate revenue. Now, you have to strike a balance between that investment and the investment where you keep your money, or you invest your finances, your capital, you invest your skills, you invest your time, and then you sit back and wait to be harvesting your returns. That is passive investment. Passive investment is where you do not actively participate in the actual generation of that finances. Things like investment in treasury bonds, things like investment in dividend stocks, things like publishing a book, music, royalties, developing an app, and what have you. These are things that you invest your capital in form of finances, in form of time, the time you take to write the book, the time you take to sing, to produce the song, the time you take to develop an app, and the skills you have put in developing this app. And once that has happened, you sit back and wait to recoup, or you wait to earn your revenues or your income, your passive income, because you had already invested. Passive income. You need to be having both. Strike a balance between passive income and active income. Another investment strategies that you can employ in order to grow and generate wealth is having a good diversified portfolio. What's a portfolio? A portfolio is a group of different assets, a group of different investments that earns you income. A portfolio can be something like you are holding shares, you have a money market account, you have a circle, you have savings in a circle that is earning you dividends, that is earning you interest, sorry. You have shares in the same circle that is earning you dividends. You have a fixed deposit account. You probably have some Ubers that you employed someone in, and it's earning you some income. You could be having a book you have published and you're earning money from it. You could be having a song you have produced or an app you have produced and you're selling, that is earning you income. Have a diversified portfolio. Why do you need to have a diversified portfolio? You need to have a diversified portfolio to spread out your risk and to maximize your return. How do you maximize your return? Whenever one asset class underperforms, at least you could be having the other asset classes. Think of it like pouring water in a bucket. When you have one bucket of water, when you have a big bucket, and then you pour water into this bucket, it's going to be full. If you have, let's say we are talking about 5 liters of water, you empty it into a bucket, you're going to have a bucket of 5 liters of water. If anything happens that this bucket topples over, what will you be left with? Nothing. Because you had all your eggs in one basket and they're all broken. You have all your water in one bucket, in a 5-liter bucket, and it's poured out. Now, what about, or if that bucket is leaking, the water is going to leak out. It's going to drain out. And by the time you're realizing, your bucket is empty. All right? Now, I want you to picture a situation where you have the same 5 liters of water, but you now empty it in say, that's 5,000 liters of water. You empty it in 10 cups with a capacity of half a liter each. What happens when one cup topples over, or if one of these cups had the same leak that the bucket had? It's going to drain. But you will be left with 9 cups of water. Now that is the essence of diversification. When you diversify and something happens to that asset class, something happens to your investment, you will not go into shock. Of course, you'll be going into shock depending on how much you invested in it, but you will not be stranded because you still have investments in other investment vehicles. Now, that is the beauty of diversification. There is a school of thought that people who diversify their investments are people who do not understand exactly what they are doing. Something like when you understand the stock market, you don't need to diversify into other investment vehicles. When you understand the bonds market, the treasury bonds, you don't need to diversify. What will happen if, for instance, the government is unable to pay the bonds? What will happen if the government decides to restructure the bonds? To those who only invest in shares, what happens when the market prices drop and you find yourself in a situation where your average prices for all your counters that you are holding, you are not in a position to dispose? Or if you have to dispose, you're going to dispose at a loss. It is good to diversify your investment, just like we have seen in the water scenario. Having a bucket of water as opposed to holding the same amount of water but in different cups. Diversify your portfolio. Another investment strategy that you can adopt is subscribing to this channel if you haven't subscribed. Anyways, another investment strategy that you need to adopt or that you can employ in order to grow your wealth is seeking professional help and subscribing to this channel. Seeking professional help, especially when you need to invest huge amounts of money, lump sum. If you're investing lump sum, if you're investing in small bits, like for instance, you're just taking treasury bonds of 50,000 shillings, 100K, that you can take the risk and go in yourself. If you're investing in shares and you're buying in small pieces like 5,000, 3,000 shillings worth of shares, or 5K or 10K worth of shares as you accumulate your wealth, you may also take a risk and go in yourself. However, if you want to put in 1 million in the stock market, if you want to put in 50 million in the stock market, I would recommend that you employ the services of a professional. This professional, they have the skills, they have the understanding, they have the knowledge of what you require to make an informed investment decision. All right? Now, you also need to set an objective, an investment objective. What do you desire? What is your investment objective? Why do you feel the need to invest? Is it that you want to acquire property? Are you trying to create generational wealth? Why exactly are you investing? Are you investing with an aim of retiring early from employment? Why exactly are you investing? Are you investing to safeguard yourself for a rainy day? Or do you just want to change and break the generational poverty in your lineage? Why exactly are you investing? You need that investment goal will help to guide you towards the right investment vehicles. If you want to accumulate wealth and break the poverty circle, you may want to go for the long-term investments. If you want to retire early, you may want to go for the long-term investments, yes, which has passive income, consistent passive income, because once you retire, you'll need to be having cash flow. So you need to look out for the investment vehicles that allows you consistent cash flows. Now that takes away the circles. So you not need to go big on circles because circles doesn't offer you that. Money market will offer you that because your interest will be credited every month. The bonds will offer you that because coupons are paid every 6 months. Treasury bills will offer you that because you get your discount at the point of purchasing the paper. Investment in dividend stocks will also offer you that because companies pay dividends annually, depending, of course, on their performance. Some will pay 4 times, some will pay twice, some will pay once. But for as long as you know the dividend structure of the companies you're investing in their future, of course, taking all other factors into consideration, you can be in a position to choose the right dividend stocks. If you're not in a position to, like I have said, get professional help. What is your investment goal? What are your goals? What are your life goals? Another strategy that you need to have or that you need to employ is to maximize or to take advantage of the power of compounding. What's the power of compounding? The power of compounding is it's when money you have earned earns you more money. take advantage of the power of compounding. Make sure you compound, make sure the money you have already put in brings you more money. If you're investing in stocks, when you receive the dividends, you can buy more shares using those dividends, of course, when the share prices are right. If it's the coupons if it's bonds you're investing in, receive your coupons and reinvest that coupons so that money can grow. Your money can grow through compounding. It is possible to start with 1 million shillings only and get to 3 million, increase it to 4 million or 5 million. How? By reinvesting and reinvesting and reinvesting. Even without topping up, by the way, your money can still double and triple if you reinvest and you allow it to grow and to compound and grow. Take full advantage of the power of compounding. Now, this power of compounding works hand in hand with the first investment strategy that I told you, the Warren Buffett strategy, which is start investing early. Another strategy that you need to employ while investing is to safeguard your investments. Safeguard your money. Protect your money. How do you protect your money? Number one, having an emergency fund. If you've been on this channel, I have talked about emergency funds severally. Now, for those who are here for the first time, for the benefit of those who are here for the first time, without an emergency fund, you will borrow. You will be forced to borrow whenever you have an emergency. So the emergency funds protects your investments. If you will not borrow, then you will have to go and dip into your savings, which were not meant for that emergency, by the way, and liquidate your assets. Sometimes when you're liquidating your assets, for instance, when you have to liquidate your treasury bonds, and you're not able to find a buyer at the market, and you have to go back to CBK to rediscount it, you'll incur an expense at rediscounting it. Let aside the opportunity cost of the coupons you're going to lose. So it's key, it's critical that you protect your finances or you protect your investments using an emergency fund. Last but not least, another strategy that you need to employ is budgeting. I'm smiling because I know in almost all my videos I talk about budgeting. Yes, budgeting is that important. You cannot talk about finances without mentioning a budget. You can never talk about financial freedom without mentioning budgeting and emergency funds and sinking funds. Those are very, very critical tools, which now becomes our investment strategies. Budgeting, sinking funds, emergency funds, and debt avoidance. So when you apply these tools, these investment strategies, it's possible for you to accumulate wealth, grow your wealth, and change your financial status. It's possible for you to attain financial freedom when you employ these investment strategies. If you haven't subscribed to this video, to this channel, please press the subscribe button. If you like the video, click the like button and share out the video to your friends. See you in the next video.